Hello folks, I'm Alex, this is Alex Unabridged, and this is the book design tag. So welcome back to the channel if that is the case. Yes, time to look at some pretty books today. Always a good thing. This is the book design tag, and this tag was created by Holly Dunn Design, and I was tagged by the Mild Rumpus. So thank you very much to the Mild Rumpus for that tag. I will link in the description to both of those folks' videos. So do go check those out. But let's crack straight on with the prompts and look at some gorgeous books. First prompt is a book you bought primarily or completely because of the cover. This one is a relatively recent purchase that I saw in a sale somewhere, and that is this one, Frey, by Chris Carse-Wilson. I know very little about this. There isn't even a huge amount of information on the back. It's, kind of quotes from people saying how good it is. It is a little bit mysterious, the description inside, but it is a mystery essentially. But I just really love that cover. I really like the design of that cover. And as I say, I saw it in not a sale exactly, but a sort of a discount bookshop, one of my favourite bookshops near me in Derbyshire. So yes, I haven't read it yet, so I don't know what the actual content is like in terms of whether it's good or not. But the cover certainly I really like. So that's the first one. Second prompt is a book you want to buy that has a beautiful cover. There's one that's on my list that I keep seeing every time I go into like Waterstones, places like that. It's always kind of, displayed. And this one is Dalagut Dream Department Store by Mai Lee, I think the author is called. I will pop up a picture of it. But this is a beautiful cover. It's kind of an embossed one as well, but it's just so bright and colourful and playful. And it was another one that immediately drew my eye. Yeah, the cover on that just makes me want to buy it. And to be fair, I'll put a picture up of the second one as well, the second one in the series, which also has the same kind of effect on me. I love these really bright book cover designs that we're seeing at the moment. So there's quite a lot of them out there, but this one in particular, especially because in reality there's texture to it as well. I love those, so I will definitely be picking that up probably at Christmas when I might have some Christmas pennies from Santa to spend. So the next prompt is your favourite series design. I don't have a lot of series actually. I don't read a lot of series yet, in terms of having all of the books. But one of the ones that I do really like is these Southern Reach books. This set, these very bright, bold, minimalist covers of the three by Jeff Vandermeer. Although obviously a fourth one is about to come out, and the cover design for that is very different. So I won't be able to complete the quadrilogy with the same design scheme. Although I have to say the new design of the fourth book and reprints of the other three, I do really like. They're really lovely designs. So at some point, if it becomes a favourite, because I haven't finished it yet, if it becomes a favourite, I might trade in and get a full set of the four with the same covers, but we'll see. But another one that I do really like, that is a complete series, is this box set of the Chronicles of Prydain by Lloyd Alexander. I haven't read this yet, so I do plan to start it very soon. But I just like the simplicity of this. These are all paperbacks. I like the fact different colour for each book, but they've all got kind of a nice traditional sort of painterly fantasy illustration on the front, with these lovely sort of Celtic borders, and they're all just tied in really well. And and yeah, I particularly like the whole set of this and the whole kind of aesthetic of this set. And the good thing about these as well is the inside of the box, which has got, I don't know whether you can see that, but it's got kind of a map of Prydain that runs around the inside of the box. And I just really like that. So it just goes to show, you don't need to, spend a fortune. As I say, these are very inexpensive, this box set. Don't need to spend a fortune to get something that's actually just really nice to have on the shelf, and a nice collection. So I do like that one. Okay, next prompt is a book with a beautiful dust jacket or something unexpected under the jacket. I don't think I've got a huge amount with what I'd call a really beautiful dust jacket, but certainly stuff that's got some nice stuff underneath. One of the ones is this edition of The Killing Joke, the deluxe edition, which I do like the artwork on the cover, on the dust jacket. But if we take the dust jacket off, it's, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but it's embossed on the front, the kind of a silhouetted design, and then again on the back there's a playing card on the back. Hopefully you can see that. But yeah, I really like that, just that simple kind of embossing on that. And then the other one is also it's a graphic novel, this one, which is A Guest in the House by Emily Carroll, which I really like the design of this anyway. You've got kind of the black with the splashes of colour and then just a white back, but then underneath you get a wonderfully bold design of red and lots of colour on the hardcover. So I think it's a really nice cover, that even just on its own. As I say, I like the dust jacket for this, but I do appreciate that there's a really lovely colourful design on the actual hardback itself. So those two, I haven't read this one yet. I have read Through the Woods by Emily Carroll, and it was fantastic. So I do need to get onto this one. But her stuff is always really visually striking. So yeah, really looking forward to that one. Next prompt then is a naked hardback, a gorgeous book with no dust jacket. Again, I don't have a huge amount of hardbacks, but one of the ones, and certainly not naked hardbacks, but the one that immediately came to mind is this one, the 50th anniversary edition of Carrie by Stephen King, with a new introduction by Margaret Atwood. And this is lovely, slightly embossed, sort of foiled cover. Continues on to the back there. But yeah, I really like this cover. It's beautifully done, and it has that lovely tactile feel to it as well. And it's been a long time since I read Carrie, so I'm looking forward to diving into that one soon, especially because it's such a nice book to hold. Next prompt is a beautiful paperback. For this one, I've picked something with a bit of a sort of a step back cover. Again, minimalist style. This is a poetry book called For Work/For TV by Fee Griffin. I went to school with Fee, and I'm talking primary school. I'm talking, I met Fee. Fee was my best friend for quite a few years, whilst we were at primary school together, from being about 6 or 7 years old. And then we split off and went to different secondary schools, and then we reunited again for A-levels, for 2 years at A-levels. But yeah, still in touch sporadically. But Fee has had some success with her poetry over the last few years. And I particularly like, as I say, the step back cover here. It's kind of these bits on the sort of the 3D parts of the text are cut out, sort of nice French flaps and stripies inside. It's a great book of poetry. It is bonkers. It is strange. It is off the wall humour, mainly just a bit bonkers, in the best possible way. And that's kind of what I'd expect from Fee, to be honest. But yes, really nice. It's got that lovely kind of matte tactile feel to it as well. So yeah, I really like the cover for this. Okay then, a non-fiction book with a lovely cover. I've gone for this one, Storyland by Amy Jeffs, A New Mythology of Britain. I really love the design of this, this kind of sort of printmakerly style on the cover. I'm not sure who did the cover actually, it may well be a printmaker. But this was a Times non-fiction bestseller. I suppose it's, you know, kind of part historical fiction, part non-fiction. But there's lots of beautiful stuff in this book as well. Like I really enjoy like the illustrations that are in it again, which are very much kind of a lino cut sort of style to them. If I can find full page one, just really simple, black and white, sort of lino cut, sort of woodcut sort of design. So yeah, I really like this again. Really nice matte cover, slightly raised text on the front, French flaps with a map inside as well, of Britain. Just a really nicely put together, nicely designed book. That's where the visuals, the illustrations really add something to the text content within. Okay, next one, a book with great end papers. I'm going to go for one that I talked about relatively recently in another tag, and that is this one of my favourite books just to sit and look at. Camille Wallala's Taking Joy Seriously, and there is just so much fantastic artwork in this by Camille Wallala, all of which has this kind of geometric style to it. But I just really like the end papers as well. You know, they just continue on the style of Wallala's work. I really liked the fact that this book comes with a variety of, I think, 8 or 9, possibly 10 different front cover, back cover designs, all of which are in this sort of, style, obviously. But you could pick your own. You could pick your own cover, which was great. I loved that. And it's, as I say, just generally inside, it's a great book. It's got lots of fantastic artwork in it. It's got, sort of inserts in here, which are like sort of reproduction of Wallala's notebook, sketchbook type thing, looking at her process. Yeah, absolutely fantastic book. I can't sing this book's praises enough. If you are an artist, graphic designer, etc., or just like pretty things, geometric pretty things that make you happy, this book is fantastic. Okay, next prompt then is Spine, a book that looks just as good spine out as it does face out. Do you know what? I don't pay a huge amount of attention to spines, and on my bookshelves, I'm not too worried if the spine doesn't look great. It's just as long as I can read the title, that's fine. But there are a couple which I found on my shelves which I do particularly like. One of them is this one. I have 2 of this series. Ambrose Parry's The Way of All Flesh is the first one. I love the cover of this anyway. I love these borders and these flourishes and the gold sort of shininess. I like shiny of it, and the typography I think is great on these. But it carries on into the spine and it just ties it together nicely. I do like that. And then the other one, which I particularly like, is this one, this chonker. The Invention of Hugo Cabret by Brian Selznick. Again, beautiful cover, lovely gold foil edition there. But then the spine really highlights this style of the artwork that you'll find inside it. This is kind of part prose, part sort of illustrated graphic novel. It's not a graphic novel. It's a mashup. There is prose in here, but there is a lot of storytelling done through art, and it's this beautifully detailed, soft pencil art, and that continues onto the back cover there as well. But I do like having that one on the shelf. It's a lovely bit of work on the spine there as well. So yeah, that one is a fantastic one. So that is all the prompts then. Plenty of pretty books there. So the last thing to do is to tag some folks. So I will tag a couple of people. I will tag Debs over at Raina Read Stuff. Debs has quite a large library of things, so I'm sure there's some pretty things in there. And I will tag Mr. Troy Tradup, my good buddy Troy, because I know that he has a lot of very fancy books, some very pretty books. And so I don't think he'll have any trouble coming up with selections for these prompts. In fact, he'll probably be spoiled for choice. So if either of you two fancy having a go at this tag, then please do. So that will do from me today. This was the book design tag. Thank you very much for watching, folks. As always, do drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do let me know what your favourite fancy or just pretty books are, pretty book covers, etc. are. I'll be back at the weekend with another video, so I do hope you'll join me for that then. But from me, for now, that's ta-ra.